Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at the X-Transbots drag strip, and there it is in its car mode. I say that very lightly. This thing is not staying tabbed in very well. I don't want to push it because I've broken, I believe, 3 of these things already. So I was really hesitant to do this to begin with. Like, when I bought this version of him, I was initially like, I'm not going to review it. I'm just going to put it on the shelf and be done with it. But because I got the Fans Toys one in, I figured it would be important to review it and compare the two. But no, it's a piece of shit. Total piece of shit. I don't know what else to say. I'm afraid to push things further because, like I said, I've broken so many of these things. It really makes me hesitate on doing much further than this. Here he is with Sideswipe. So you can see he is a little bit longer. Or quite a bit longer if you go to the tail fins. Or wing or whatever. He is about the same width though, and I think Sideswipe's just is taller in most areas. Like, as it's a taller car. Just so you can see that. He does come with his gun, which you can take, and if you open these 2 little pieces that there's nothing, there's like a little tab there, but there's nothing really holding it in place. They just kind of sit there. So you have to move those out of the way, and then you can plug this into the back port here. And then you can kind of close those up around it, and it just looks awful. This gun does have... I guess you can fold that up. That might look a little bit better, right? Maybe? Not really. I don't know. It's... no. He also did come with one of the little driver things, like the Fans Toys ones, which I'll show off tomorrow or in the next video. But I threw that away because it was a piece of shit. When I got this thing, I was like, nope, throwing that away because I don't have space for little things like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and just get them transformed if we can. And hopefully we're crossing our fingers. Crossing our fingers. We don't break it in the process. So yeah, let's see here. Let's start with the legs. So untab the legs from each other. And from there, we should be able to start breaking this up a little bit. This will fold out. This panel here. I think this... I'm trying to remember how to do this. Come on. Something's got to give. Alright, let's move this up and out of the way. Just so we have a little bit more clearance. So these... Nothing on this figure feels coherent. It's just a mess. Come on. Let's see, what was it? I just transformed him the other day, so I'm just having a little difficulty remembering what I did. Alright, so that untabs. So that should untab too, right? Okay, that just popped off. It didn't break. I'm like, did we have our first breakage of this guy? Alright, so you fold that out. Then we can fold this piece here out, straighten out the leg. This will come, this piece here will fold up. And this will fold down. You take this panel here, this will rotate around, and then from here, what we do is flip this straight. The wheel goes back into the calf. You can flip this little piece down, that's kind of the heel spur. And then this will come up. There's a slot that's right in there. This tab here will plug into that. And then this will just tab in to the knee. So, as I was saying with like the Wild Rider review, it gets a little challenging because it's like I'm doing this and the Fans Toys one, so it's like part of my mind is like, did this do this, or was that the Fans Toys one, or vice versa? So bear with me, guys. I've never been the best Transformer in the world. Anyway, I'm more just. Yeah, very opinionated, but let's see here. This will fold it down over there, so it should fold down here. Come on. Why are you not working? There we go. Alright, so again, fold this down. And then this will fold out. This folds in. And this becomes the sort of heel spur. And there we have the legs done. And then we can tab that back on. And those are being held on those stupid clip joints that I hate. That I've noticed while we're talking about drag strips, that I noticed on the they're what's holding the wheels onto the Hasbro one that's coming out soon. So yeah, I'm already having doubts on that stability because of that. Alright, so now we can do this section's up here. And this piece, I believe, folds out. Get this out of the way. Rotate the head around. This will fold up, and then you can fold these little side panels in, and then this will collapse into his torso. You got to open that up, fold that in, close that up, and there you go. All right. Then what we want to do, and this is where I always break it. It's always right here, and you want to rotate this piece here. And what it is, here's the problem with this figure. Let me see if I can find a little thing to point out things. All right. So these two pieces here are made out of die cast. And then this little tiny plastic hinge here that's built around it, that's all pinned together, it's made out of a weak plastic. And then so is this piece here. This is the areas that always break on my drag strips. And I'm not the only one, because I know there was other people complaining about it. So this is this area, like any transformation you do with the arms, especially with the shoulder area, that's where you need to go full kid's glove, because this will fail on you. It might fail on you. It will fail on you if you do anything wrong. So just be very, very careful. So what we want to do is we want to rotate this one around to the front here. And there's not a lot of clearance either. And then this one also needs to fold to the back. But we want to do it kind of at the same time. And these are really tight, so you've got to put a lot of pressure into these joints because it's hard to get your fingers in there. If you're an adult male, it's hard to get your fingers in here to rotate these things around. So you got to put pressure on the shoulders, which is where we don't want to put pressure on because those are what's breaking on this figure. So once we get that settled, then we can fold this back up. And then, let's see here. This goes here, right? And then we can fold this up. These panels here will come in like this, I believe. Yeah. So this can come down. And I believe we rotate these around like this. And this thing. And then this panel here, I believe it folds the opposite way. And that does not feel good either. It's like you've got to put a lot of pressure on that little tiny piece of plastic there. And then from there, we should be able to kind of get this all lined in. That, and then like that, and these pieces kind of hold the shoulders in place. Rotate the waist around, and then these pieces just kind of flop around on the back however you want to. Alright, and then we can finish up the arms, so you just fold this around. Fold this around. And that is drag strip in his robot mode. Gotta say, not a fun transformation at all. Not even remotely. You could do the tires like this, or you can fold them back like that, however you want to do it. And none of this seems to really want to stay tabbed in, so let's try and tighten that up a little bit. Okay, I think we got it. All right. So, posability on this head's on a ball peg. So he's left and right, a little up, a little down. He did come with, I believe, an alternate face. So he's got this kind of frowny face, and he's got the softer, stoic face. So, I mean, pretty much the same look, I'd say. But yeah, so you get left, right, little up, little down, pretty good down. Shoulders are on hinges and swivels, so they swivel all the way around, get a little caught up on the backpack, but nothing we can't work around. Hinge up to there, down to there. Oh yeah, look. Get the camera closer here. You can see here, I don't know how well that's coming off, but you can see a crack starting to form in that plastic there. So that is officially the last time I'm going to transform this guy. I don't know how well that's coming out on the camera, but it is just right along here. Just there. So be extremely careful with this figure. So yeah, swivels, bicep swivel, double bend elbow. Wrist swivels and fingers do open and close. Waist swivel. He's got ab crunch. It is a little loose, not as bad as the youth version one, because I know one of the youth version ones, like you go like this and he would just rotate all the way around. I can't remember if it was him or the dead end, but it was pretty funny. I mean, not funny in the sense of I just spent $75 on something that just rotates like a top, but funny in the sense of, oh my god, they released this. Hips go up to there, back to there. They get stopped there, but you know, who cares? Out to the sides, that all works fine. It has teeth for ratchets, but it's not ratcheted. So I don't know what the point of putting teeth for ratchets if you're not going to do ratchets. Doesn't make any sense to me, but you know, whatever. Just seems like extra engineering that you didn't need if that's what's going to happen. Thigh swivel. These are die-cast, I believe. Yeah. So he's got die-cast thighs, and I believe this is die-cast, and this is die-cast, I believe. Right? Yeah. And it's like, okay, but I don't know. I'd rather see, I would rather see no die-cast than tons of die-cast. He's got ratcheted knee. And then the foot does have a rocker. It's more like a toe rocker, but it still works. So you'll get, that'll just work fine for you. And he does have the toe tilt, which I don't think will work very well for you because this whole section here doesn't move at all. So as far as the rocker goes, you're good to go there. And I'm not switching out the face in case you guys were wondering why I didn't do that. And that I'm not pressing my luck with this guy any more than I have to. And he holds his gun just fine. I mean, he looks good. I can't say that he doesn't look good. It's just everything about him from that point on is just garbage. Here he is with the Wild Rider. And here he is with the Breakdown. And they look great together. I will say. They look really good together. Move him over here. Autobot car. So again, they're right at the Autobot car scale. There he is with Starscream. So yeah, I think that scale-wise, again, this is where I want the Stunticons. I really like them in this scale. Robot mode. That is my preference. As far as this figure goes, I mean, like I said, he looks the part. So if you use, and the problem is they typically come in car mode. So if you use your kid's gloves and get him from robot mode to car mode, or I'm sorry, from car mode to robot mode and leave him there, you'll have a pretty decent figure on your hands. Like I said, I do like it in that sense. However, getting him there is going to be the tricky part. Because I have yet to get a youth version into robot mode. Period. And I'm pretty sure... Because I'm pretty sure I broke 3. And I know 2 were the youth versions. I broke 1. It was like last November. Like November 2020. And it took months for TF Source to get me a replacement. Which I was not happy with to begin with. Because they wouldn't just send me a part. I had to send the whole figure back. They had to inspect it, and they had to prove that, yes, it is broken. Are you fucking kidding me? And then they had to send it back to me, or send me a new one, and I get the new one out of the box, and it breaks right away, too. So I was like, God damn it. And it's like, I can't even, and I didn't return that one. I just fucking threw it away. I showed it in a video, I think it was like January 2021, so if you want to look it up, And I did a stress test, like how much pressure you have to put on these things to break them, and it did not take long. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, go look it up. But I want to say, when I was first collecting these guys, when they were first coming out, I can't remember if it was the regular version or the youth version, but I broke that one too. So I broke... I want to say that. I can't say for sure. I'm pretty sure on that. I don't know. So I know for a fact I broke 2, probably 3, and this one's already breaking. So I can't recommend this figure at all. Unless going into it, this figure will not survive more than the one transformation to get him in the robot mode. And if he does survive that, leave him. Do not touch him again for transformation. Kids gloves with anything with the shoulder. Waist down, he seems to be decent. But anything with those arms and shoulders, just kids gloves it the whole way. I cannot stress that enough. So yeah, that's all there is to this guy. For a rating, I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10. I do like the way he looks. I was going to give him a 2. But I really do like the way he looks, and I like the size, and I like the way he looks with the team so far. I think these guys all look great together. So, yeah. And I'm just curious, real quick, because, the scale is always a question. But the thing is that it's already been... according to the Sunbow chart, the Fans Toys ones are correct. And I can't find any animation to contradict it. Here they are with Voyager Megatron. So they're a little bit shorter than the Voyager Megatron for Siege. So these guys are almost in Siege scale, or Chug scale. So just throwing that out there. They definitely look a little bit better with him, but I'd probably just wait and see what the actual Chug ones are. I will be picking that set up. Just so you guys know, I will be picking that up to review it. I'm looking forward to it because I hope they got their shit together, because I guess it's going to be 4 deluxes and then like a leader class or supreme class for the Motor Master, so that they can have all the combiner stuff. And maybe they'll take a page out of Zeta's book out. Because if they can pull it off, those might be my combiners. Like combined mode, because I have this issue of space in my collection. I don't have space for 2-foot tall combiners. I don't. I just don't. I just don't know where I'd put it. Eventually I'm looking at buying a new house, but and maybe that will have space, but I can't buy a house be like, well, I don't want to buy this house because I don't have combiner space, so I'm not banking on that. so yeah, that's all there is to this guy. I'm done ranting about him. I don't recommend him. I think he's a piece of shit. So yeah. Next we'll look at the Fans Toys one, and then we'll do the War, which should be